Hi everyone, and welcome to yesterday's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Before I get started, I just wanted to talk about the Guess the Date game. I actually named it, and if you haven't been watching, it's when we guess what we think is going to happen next year based on just different things, like when do you think the next proposal will be. And I've already gotten us started off with, I think Maxie and Nathan's wedding is going to happen January 3rd because they are planning it for New Year's, but I think it'll happen a smidge after. And also that Charlotte's custody is going to start on January 18th. I also have a few more, like in May. Does May come before June? It might. A new character will be introduced on May 3rd. And I have also for November, where's November? Who knows? I don't know where November is. That there will be a death on November 15th. So those are some of my guesses. If you want to add some, I have a list of different things, suggestions to guess on. I'll put them all down in the description so you can check that out. And again, it doesn't have to, it's just for fun. And okay, let's get to yesterday's recap. So this is the recap for the 27th, because today's the 28th. Oh my goodness, it's the 28th. Where did the year go? All right, so at Windermere, Valentine is extremely angry because he lost something, aka his picture of Anna. So Nina wants to help him find it. She doesn't know what it is. He doesn't want help. He says it doesn't matter. It was just an old photograph. But then he goes on to say it was a relic from his past that reminds him how far he's come and how far he still needs to go. So Nina obviously asks about what he just said, and he shuts down, and she's like, look, I can't, like, this mysterious thing, it kind of got old, you know? You drop a hint, you pull back, like, I can't do that. And she thinks that they need to take a leap of faith and trust each other. So she feels she's taking a risk being with him. Everyone warned her against him, and he's learned his whole life not to trust anyone, but he seems to be making an exception for her, but he still holds back. And he says there was someone he trusted. He let her see the real him, and he paid a steep price. Could that person have been Anna? Who knows? So she has to go. She has planning to do for Nathan's wedding. Haha, that's going to go over well because, oh, the matron of honor is going to be Lulu, and Nina's actively trying, or, you know, I can't. The whole thing is just going to be, oh, that wedding. It's not going to be not complicated. At the Metro Court, Laura and Anna sit for coffee. They weren't meeting. They're waiting for people. So Anna is looking at the picture of her, and they talk about Christmas, and Laura wants Valentine neutralized any means necessary. Right, ECAT? ECAT says, yes, let her do it. She'll smack him in the face. Right, ECAT? So Anna says that she's working on a case against Valentine, and Laura is afraid for Lulu. Like, if the court rules against Lulu, then she'll go after Charlotte anyway, and Laura says she'll kill Valentine herself if the court goes against Lulu. So Anna gets where she's coming from, but wants her to hold off and just make sure it doesn't come to that. And of course, like, that's what they're going to do. So Lulu comes in, Laura goes to see her, and Andre sits at Anna's table. That's who Anna was meeting. So Anna shows Andre the picture. She says a representative of hers found it in Valentine's possession. Ha ha ha, a representative, aka like a 9-year-old. So she had Robert look into it, but there's no proof of Valentine ever being at the WSB Academy, yet he has this picture. So Andre thinks that he could have gotten the information about Anna from someone who was there, that it wasn't Valentine directly. So she feels that this is personal to Valentine. Like, there's a tail coming out of my head, guys. Woo. So yeah, she feels this is personal to Valentine. Like, he's not doing this for, I don't know. She can't really put her finger on it. So she tells him about the memory she had with the hallway and the music, and he thinks maybe her memory could be skewed. You know, it was a stressful time for her training at the WSB. And she knows, she gets that, she's already thought of that. But there's something there, definitely. You know, what's behind that door at the end of the hallway? So she needs help finishing the memory so she can find out the truth, and wants him to hypnotize her. Lulu and Laura are also talking at the Metro Court. Rocco did get his new dog for Christmas, Yankee. Rocco's having fun with him. Leo also loves Yankee. The conversation quickly turns to Charlotte, and Laura, via Scott, has gotten in touch with, like, the best family attorney, but the attorney thinks that the way Charlotte came into the world wouldn't help Lulu at all. If anything, it would hurt her, whereas Lulu thought that would be like a slam dunk for her. So the family judge is probably going to take Charlotte's wishes into account. I mean, she already did with, you know, the Griffin and Valentine one. She adores Valentine, and Laura thinks Lulu should try and strike a deal for shared custody before they go to war, because this isn't, like, really, the slam dunk Lulu thought it was going to be. So that joint custody will be temporary. She'll have a time to bond with Charlotte, and they'll bide their time and lure Valentine into a false sense of security, and then pull the rug out from under him and take Charlotte full time. And then the WSB will take Valentine, and she'll never have to worry about him. But Lulu, this isn't about, like, winning to her. Like, this isn't a game. She honestly feels in her heart that Charlotte is at risk being with Valentine, and that he's a danger to her. So she wants to go full steam ahead with the full custody thing. And Laura, my thing closed, 1 second. Laura, where are we? So Laura won't fight her on it. Lulu was expecting a little bit more of a fight. She tells her to chart her case with the lawyer and Dante, and Laura says that she supports her no matter what, and she'll always have her back. Because Lulu doesn't realize, but Laura's ready to throw herself in the fire and sacrifice her life so that Lulu can have Charlotte. At Kelly's, Jason, Sam, and Curtis are having a meeting. They don't think Julian was behind the bombing, and they tell Sam why. So he knows... Oh, but they do know... They think that Julian knows more, but it seems a bit too obvious for it to be him. So someone... this is their thing. Someone wanted Sonny to think Julian killed Morgan, so then Sonny would kill Julian and go to jail. Which, cool, but, like, Morgan was a wild card. How would they know that Morgan would be involved there, So he thinks someone is trying to get rid of both of the territory owners, Sonny and Julia, so that they can move in. Sorry, I lost, like, my train of thought was like, woo, where am I going? So Jason talks with Sam about the owner of the pawn shop. She's going to do a background check. So then Lucas comes in, and it's seriously been way too long. So Curtis calls Jason. Raj closed up the shop and took off. Well, they know him as Winston, I believe. I don't know. I'm very confused. But I believe they know him as Winston, but Julia knows him as Raj. You know me, I can barely keep someone's name in order. Give someone two names. What's happening? So he closed up the shop and took off. So, it's really early for that. And he's going to follow up and follow Winston. Was that what they said his name is? And Julian, no, what am I talking about? Oh, so the shop is unattended now. So maybe Jason will want to go and check that out. So Jason heads off, and Lucas and Sam catch up. They talk about Julian, and she mentions something about in his hospital room, but then they're like, you know what, let's be done talking about Julian. We don't want to talk about Julian. So Lucas is working New Year's, and Sam asks when Brad and him are thinking of having kids, because, Danny's really, like, getting into this big brother thing, and it'd be awesome to be, like, a big cousin. And then Lucas says he's pulled back on the idea, even though Brad, like, is, wants to, because he doesn't want Julian putting himself in the child's life, because he feels that that'll be a danger to the kid. So Sam accidentally shows Lucas the Chinese food bag picture. She meant to show a picture of Danny. What is it with these professional people accidentally showing the wrong picture on their phone? Huh? So she's like, oh, darn, this is for work, sorry. And he tells her that, whoever made that bag, like, should be fired, because the Chinese characters on the bag don't come close to saying good taste. And she's like, what? So he speaks a little Chinese. He's been studying a little bit. And she wants him to translate. And he's like, I'm a beginner, but I'll try. So he's putting it together. He's like, it seems to mean reincarnation, which does not mean good taste in any way. So at Julex's place, because let's be real, that's what it is right now. Alexis dreams about Julian, and then she has a drink before she even gets out of bed. So Alexis comes downstairs, and Julia says he's worried about her. He doesn't even know about the drink. So she asks if there's anything for him to do besides pester her. So he thinks that he's helping her by giving her someone to talk to and by supporting her, but he's the one who put her in all these precarious positions. So do you really have points for it? So someone's at the door before Julian can drop the bombshell that would make her understand. And it's Raj, and he's looking for Julian. So Curtis is watching with binoculars, and he's like, what? Why is he, what, because he doesn't know Julian's at the house, so for all he knows, he's meeting with Alexis. So Winston Rudge is what Curtis calls Raj, and he hears on the scanner that someone has broken into the pawn shop and is believed to be armed and dangerous, and he knows that's Jason, and he calls him. So Raj asks for a minute with Julian, and he feels that he should have been informed of this move, and he shows him something that they've been keeping from him. So it's security footage of the roadhouse. It's Alexis hitting Julian, and he's the one who got there and made the footage unusable for the cops. So he threatens Alexis's future with the Bar Association, and Julian warns against harming Alexis. And Raj says that Julian won't let anything happen to Alexis. Like, hey, you stay in line and nothing will happen to her. So she was legit standing right there and listening. So she's like, what? So at the mystery place, oh shoot, I'm out of order. Of course I'm out of order. Why wouldn't I be out of order? Alright, so this is before Raj goes to Alexis's place. Darn, I was so close. So pawn shop guy, Raj / Winston / whoever you are, tells Jessup that Julian's not at Ava's anymore, and he and Alexis may have made up because he's staying there. And he says that they don't need to resort to violence to make sure Julian's compliant. They have other means, and he's going to start on that. AKA, he's going to go over, threaten Alexis. Alright, so now we're back in order. So at the pawn shop, Jason breaks into the shop. He's being watched, and he goes to the boat. So then Jason gets Curtis's call about the cops being en route, and it might be too late for him to get out. But skip ahead, and Jason's out. Raj / Winston / whoever is at the pawn shop, and the police show up, and they, about the break-in, and he says he's done a complete inventory and nothing was taken, so no big deal. Raj talks to Jessup about the boat being missing, and he says Julian's been in his place. What? Julian's been put in his place, and Raj suggests they do something about Jason Morgan because he's a problem. At Kelly's, Jason and Curtis come back. They tell Sam what happened with the pawn shop, and Curtis called in a scary clown incident down the block to give Jason some time to get out, and Jason knows he didn't set off an alarm, but who saw him and how, and Jason stole the boat. Yeah, Jason stole the boat. You think Jason was going to leave there without the boat? And Sam realizes that the Chinese characters on the boat match the characters that are on the bag, and also tells them about, Lucas, he realized that this didn't mean that, it means reincarnation. And Curtis tells Sam Winston or Raj or whoever met with Alexis. Back at Alexis's, Alexis asks about the man and what's going on, and he thinks she's worried about him, but she wants to know where she comes into any of this because they were talking about her. And why am I being talked about by people I don't know? And that is it, because I watched on the app and didn't realize it was the end scene. Right, ECAT? I know. Just a hot mess today. But thank you so much for watching. I saw Fantastic Beasts yesterday and it got really late, and yep. But it's up now, and I will see you in about an hour with more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great hour. Okay, bye. Right, ECAT? Right, ECAT.